Mercedes Mone versus Athena on AEW Dynamite from April 16th. This was a semi-final Owen Hart tournament match. So Mercedes Mone, she is the TBS champion, and she has three other belts that don't mean a thing in AEW. It's just ridiculous to me. Versus Athena, who is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And up until this match, she was undefeated. She was, I believe, 64 and 0. All right. So this was just really ridiculous because Athena and Mercedes Moné, they were both in WWE. So I'm actually surprised by what they did in this match because going into this, first I have to say I am a fan. I'm a huge fan of Athena. I really like her. I feel like she should be on Dynamite instead of Mercedes Moné. That's just how I feel. I feel like at one point Mercedes Moné was, and especially in WWE, she was good in WWE. But so far, since she's been with AEW, she has not been good. Her run has not been good, and she hasn't done anything to move the needle. So that's why I'm just not crazy about her. And then also with her promos and some of the matches have just not been the best. And yes, she's had like maybe three or four, decent to good matches, but that's about it. So going into this match, I thought that they were going to put on a really good match, but I did not see that. So they do they lock up and then they go outside of the ring. They're rolling around outside of the ring, and then they get back into the ring. They're rolling around some more like little kids. You ever see kids playing in the sand or rolling down the hill? That's what it looked like to me. It just looked sloppy, and it looked like these two wrestlers that they were not professionals at all. So that's one thing I didn't get. And then also there was one point Mercedes Monet, she locked in a submission on Athena, and then they rolled to the outside of the ring, and I'm like, okay, what is this? What is going on? Mercedes Monet, she had some phony punches. It was just horrible. I'm like, is this the first time? You would think just from what I saw that this was the first time, or maybe like their first time on TV, like their first time wrestling, because that's how it looked to me. And then there was one point they were fighting on the ring apron, and Mercedes Monet, she was uh, she was attempting to German suplex Athena from the ring apron to the outside of the ring. I'm like, why? It doesn't make any sense. And then eventually, I think Athena she hit Mercedes Monet, and Mercedes Monet. I don't know if there was like some miscommunication. Mercedes Monet walked into a power slam. So Athena was in the ring below the middle rope, or below the first rope, I should say, and Athena was on a ring apron, and Athena power slam Mercedes Monet on a ring apron. That was just like, what is going on? What is this? I don't get this. And I don't know. I just really thought that this was going to be a better match. And from what I saw, and I know everyone has a different opinion, this was just a horrible match, and it was just terrible the way that it was executed, and the fact that both of these wrestlers were in WWE. You would think that the match would be a whole lot better, and it seemed like to me they didn't have an agent. I think that they had the opportunity to go out and do whatever they wanted, and there was nothing made sense. They didn't sell the moves. There was no ring psychology, none of that. And then so pretty much after all that nonsense, Mercedes Monet she rolled up Athena, and that was the match. And I was just thinking to myself, what did I just watch? And then Tony Storm, she her music is playing, and she's out in the audience, and Mercedes Monet and Athena, no, Mercedes Monet and Tony Storm are staring at each other. So what is this? Is Mercedes Monet going to win this tournament? Is that, are we getting that? I don't know. I just feel like this match was just unbelievably horrible. It really was. Please let me know what were your thoughts of the match, and then also there was a segment with the Young Bucks, and Okada, and I believe Adam Page. And Okada is a complete joke in AEW. He had his phrase, saying the B word and some nonsense. Let me tell you, this man is making so much money to do pretty much the minimum. To do just to say a few words, or just to say not even a few words, to say two words, a couple of words. It is crazy to me. It is crazy to me. It is crazy to me. I would love to have that position, but if I had that kind of position or opportunity, I would make the best of it and I would give it my all. It looks like Okada just, he just wakes up, oh, it's time for me to go to AEW Dynamite or whatever, put my suit on, and just to say two words or three words for, to be in a backstage segment or whatever for literally for like a minute. Unbelievable. Please take care and have a good one.